Hi, Capricorn. The moon is in Capricorn. Yeah, it actually is. The moon is in Capricorn. And yes, I've been waiting because I have a lot of good news. And this is the day, starting from now, really to deliver it. The next few days, you will find the sentiments that we talk about now coalescing in your life. And hopefully you'll hearken back to this reading and say, aha, I'm so glad that she waited. So why? What is it? Well, you have been on a steady upward spiral. And there have been dizzying moments, moments of doubt, moments of pain. You have had to leave some people behind, and yet you know that the up continues. Good. Part of that leveling up, as it has telescoped and gotten more and more intense, is that the deepest, perhaps the darkest pains that we carry start to come to the surface because there's nothing else left to purge. And when there's nothing else left to purge, we have a tendency to go after that which we hold too sacred to ever look at. And as we know, if we have toxic family members, sometimes that which we hold too close to look at is what hurts us the most. Carlito's Way comes to mind. A favor will kill you faster than a bullet. King of Cups, Eight of Wands. There has been an emotional glut of some kind, something that has not moved really, although it should have. And now, if that's a knot within yourself that's held you back, if that's someone else's situation that was holding you back, somehow that restriction is lifted. Perhaps it was a societal restriction. It can be. It could be something cultural that you were both. But now we have, there is a reawakening of something. It's based on who you are and who you're becoming, not so much how people feel about you. And that, and that gives me pause. I was picking them up and this dropped out. So 10 of Pentacles. I think you should let the universe's energy guide you right now. If it is time to walk away from something or walk towards something else, which is what it feels like, it looks from the cards like you should go for it. And that is part of your spiral up. But certain aspects of your life, you can't reach the level of success that you're looking for, that you're used to, without first allowing yourself the admission that perhaps this is not something you can achieve or something you can succeed at. Perhaps this is more or just different. This is a different wavelength that you have to work on. And success is measured differently. I mean, you can get as earthly as you want within the realm of, what it means to be in a relationship, but there is still something transcendent here that you wait for. Capricorns are romantics. And there are things that have gone on for a long time. And I'm not sure really if you were the victim, but you have certainly suffered. The need to focus on self has to go past, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for my health, self-care. Not that I'm mocking those things, but it has to be past that. We have to not level up in the material, you've got that, but I mean level up in terms of faith, in terms of faith in this, in terms of faith in yourself, which is the same thing, in terms of faith in what it is that you've put out there. What are those seeds that were put in the ground last year that you're pretty sure should be springing up by your season? You should already start to feel the magic of that time coming. But this month is so, it doesn't really begin until today for you. It's been, sure, you know, like always, it's just like great spiraling up, but emotionally it's been so blocked. So much you need to say, so many people you need to say it to, so many things that need to happen, but somehow nothing is moving, nothing is happening. And then the first card out is a card of movement, Six of Wands. Okay, come on. And then, you know, what is it that we need to move on? King of Cups. This is about your feelings. Get into that feelings bag. And why do you have to get into that bag? Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands. Because the messages are going to come in quick. And they're fiery. And they want what they want. Also looks like someone giving you an ultimatum. Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Definitely an ultimatum. And from someone that you consider to be perhaps closest to you. A friend, a lover, it doesn't matter. This is someone who wants you to make a choice. And I'm pretty sure they want you to choose them. You can take that how you will. But what does it say about you? Okay, that's, you know, that's easy enough. Okay, this might happen this month. But if we look at it on a larger timeline of what you've been through in this past year, what does it say about you? It looks, if I didn't know you at all, it looks like a spread for someone who has been in pain for a while. They have masked it very well. And actually, in many ways, the deflection has been so complete and so severe that they may not know themselves what's buried under there. The cool thing about Capricorn energy is that even when you bury things deep, they have a tendency to grow. So there are things here that look as if they were planted quite a long time ago. You know, for some of you, it's this pure Six of Cups energy of, I want to make art with somebody special. For some of you, it's a energy of liberation because an abusive marriage is coming to an end. For some of you, it's just starting something that you've been wanting to start for a minute, especially if it's a water sign, because you just know it's going to work. But what it says is that whatever loneliness you have hung on to, whatever isolation, even if it is just within the self, has happened, you are truly tired of it, but not in a way that saps your energy. You're tired, but invigorated. You're sick of how it was, but you have all the energy in the world for how it will be and how it can be and what you could do with it, and you're going to do it. That may also put you into a time where you want some rest. And you may find yourself, Six of Wands, out there doing the thing, and then Six of Swords, back home alone, doing your thing, just so you can go back out and crush it. Six of Wands, doing your thing. And then the Six of Cups. Lots of sixes here. Also, I would like to point out that today is October 6th. And there's 3 sixes on the table. And this is a Capricorn reading, and the moon is in Capricorn. 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Yes, of course. We talk about this every month, but these changes of state, these very important emotional changes, they come at a price. And no decision is bloodless. You know, no amputation is bloodless. So You can expect, of course, a few spilled cups. I think it would behoove you emotionally to be in a damage control state, just to make sure that whatever it is that you are figuring out now and however it is that you're reclaiming your power, that it doesn't affect people you love too much, especially those who are perhaps in some way dependent on you. You want to make sure that you're able to have your moments and have your spilled cup, realizations and make the next logical steps in this upward evolution, especially around this full moon that's coming up soon. You're really going to be able to look almost through a tunnel to what and where you're going. And it's so clearly just your luck, your ability, it's all coming together. It's all, tunneling through and showing you by the full moon exactly where you want to be and who you are and who you want to be and how those things are, just merging so beautifully, and how being authentic in the for the long haul pays off, and it does pay off, but it's always beautiful to watch it pay off, to finally get the satisfaction of so it's fantastic. Although in some ways painful. But it's showing you something also about yourself. You have evolved past a lot of the petty stuff that would have crowded this reading even 6 months ago. You really took it to heart that the universe wanted you to level up and become kinder, smarter, more magnanimous, perhaps a bit more quiet. And you've done it. And you've done it very, very well. And this feels like just constant rewards now for what you've done and how far you've come and how true you are managing to stay to your own style of manifesting and how you present in the world. It is very impressive to watch and to be a part of. If there is anything that I would keep an eye on, it's just that sometimes goodbyes are harder on others than they are on you. And it would be good to be aware of that, just so we don't get too far into a space where we think that the way we process things is all that matters. We want to stay away from that. Okay? I love you. Let's look at these cards, yeah? The Buddha is in Capricorn. All right, so now it's October 9th. There is a method and a reason to all of this, and it will become clear. So, I gave you the nice version, and now I'm going to give you the Capricorn version. Ready? Now I'm just going to channel your energy, and I'm going to talk to you like you talk to people. It'll be fun. Just, sit down somewhere. Okay, here we go. So, there's a couple of things that you have trouble letting go of, not because the thing itself means something to you at all, but it is the appearance of the thing. And in some respects, you have always been that way. Now, is that a bad thing? No. However, when it starts to mess with your life and your happiness and your quality of life, then yes, it is a very bad thing. So, what's going on with you now, especially now Pluto's moving? Well, it's going to move. You can no longer obfuscate any aspect of your life. You cannot make yourself think that you don't know what to do. You know that person that you are in everybody else's life that goes, listen, you know what to do, but since you need me to tell you, here it is. This. This is what you need to do. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Just because a certain template isn't working for you, maybe instead of taking that out on you, maybe it's not you. Maybe your template is off. Maybe you need to step outside of whatever it is that you have before this Pluto Saturn thing that's about to get really wild in 2020. I'm gonna give it to you straight, Capricorn. I was listening to something about what happens when Pluto and Saturn do their thing in 2020, and I started shaking and crying because it scared me so bad. Yo, look it up. The dates and the things that happened every time this thing happens, it's like war. It's bad. It's like World War One, World War Two. Like, it's bad. It's bad. It's scary stuff. You know, it's mass war and the institution coming in and like just putting the hammer down. You know, and it always happens at a time when like the people are like, no, you know. If you have any like geopolitical awareness, you already know what I'm talking about. It's already begun. And it's so interesting that it's happening in your sign because, you know, fractality, everything. If you don't know what fractals are, please look it up. There's a podcast about it. I did a podcast episode about it, but you can look up just Mendelbrot and what fractality is. But what will be echoed in 2020 in the world and what has happened every time Saturn and Pluto do this, here it is in your life. You have to make a decision between what is more important to you. Is it the institution and how it looks? Is it the appearance of control, the appearance of wealth, the appearance of success, the appearance of love, of commitment, of whatever it is? Is it that matters? Because that aspect in you really isn't easy to put away. But I'm telling you, if you wait until 2020 to do it, which is not very far, I don't know if you're going to be able to do it because this thing, it feels like when it takes control, it just goes with whatever you're doing. And if you have even a little bit of that in you, it's going to come out. And it'll send you into another decade of pretending to do something. Because you see what I'm saying? That aspect in you will get too strong. So I feel like this year, this purge is really necessary for you. And you're like, yeah, but I've already purged. Okay, let me just be real with you. What's the point of purging if you let the same type of person back in the door? It's not the same person, but it's the same type of person. That's not purging. That's hurting yourself. That's not purging. That's cutting. And then, you know, when you cut, then you carry bacitracin, you carry bandages, you carry Neosporin, because when you cut, then you got to take care of the cut. Listen, when you heard me, right? Let's look at the extended.